Hey y'all, it's Sherry with Tinkerbell, where together you and I are making your home a sanctuary. And I am working on my family room tree tonight. And I thought I would kind of revamp what it looked like. It didn't look bad, I just didn't really love it. And one of the things I really didn't love was the sort of skinny kind of meh tree topper that I had on it. So I thought I would raid my craft room and my ribbon stash and make a big, huge, messy bow for the top. And since some of y'all have been messaging me and asking me questions about how to make a bow, thought I would come on and make the bow with you guys so y'all could see how I was doing it. So first of all, you need a bunch of different kinds of ribbon. Over here on the side, I have 7 different kinds of ribbon. The tree that I'm working on is gold and silver and red. And oh look, I have tape right there. And I have various sizes. I have various textures. Some are glitter, some are sheer. Now for this particular tree, because what I have on hand was wired ribbon, that's what I'm going to use. You can use unwired ribbon. Shoot, y'all can even use strips of fabric if you want to. Whatever you have on hand or whatever goes with the theme of your tree will work perfectly. The one thing, then you need some wire, floral wire, and I have a long piece of floral wire, and then you need a good scissors, and that's really all you need. Ribbon or fabric, and floral wire, and some scissors. So let's get started. The first thing that you want to do is put the floral wire on the very bottom so that it just kind of lays there. You don't have to have it perfect right now. We'll fix all that later. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to make the tails for the ribbon bow. You know how most bows have a really long tail on them? So we're going to set the tails, and you can see that I have a pretty long piece of ribbon here. It's actually 36 inches long because I want the tails on this particular tree topper to be about 18 inches wide. So again, I'm just going to cut a bunch of strips for the tails. And there really is no exact science to this, guys. You just cut the ribbons. They don't have to be all the same length, but when you're making the tails, you do want to make sure that they are nice and long. So I hope that makes sense. So I am just cutting some pieces of ribbon, and I don't need 875 tails. Right now I've got 3, and I think I want like 5 total because again, this is a big tree and I kind of want to balance it out. I can see you guys coming on. If you're on, jump on and say hi. Comment, let me know who's on so I can talk to y'all while I'm making this. I hope you guys are having a great evening. I'm on a little bit earlier than I have been in the past, and that's because I told y'all I would be on at different times this week so everybody would have a chance to see me. All right, let's see. I need one more tail. Let's do a plain silver. So you can see how fast this is going. I've already got the tails assembled. And now, and don't worry if you don't make a straight cut on these tails, guys, because we're going to go back and we're going to put the nice little decorative cuts on the ends. So what you want to do is for the tails, kind of make sure they're stacked on top of each other. Don't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect with a messy bow. That's why it's called a messy bow. But you want it to be manageable because, like in this case, the tails are 36 inches long. So you got to kind of keep control of it a little bit. Otherwise, it'll be chaos very quickly. Okay, so we've got the tails. And next we're going to work on the messy bow part. And this you just need lots and lots and lots of different lengths and styles of ribbons. So, let's see. I want it to be about half the width of the tails themselves. So, just eyeballing it, I cut a piece of ribbon about 18 inches. And then all you're gonna do from here is continue to cut ribbons. These you do not want to be all the same size. You want them to be different lengths. And the easiest thing about this messy bow is you just eyeball it. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You are literally just cutting strips of ribbon or fabric, and you are putting them down. Now, watch what I'm gonna start to do. I'm going to start, that one was curling, so I thought I would put it the opposite way. I'm going to start to put these in different directions. You want the tails kind of all in the same area. But now for the messy bow part, I'm gonna start to put them in all different directions. Does that make sense? Don't forget, you guys, comment and tell me that you're on. Say hi if you're on. And there is that little button at the bottom of the screen that says SHARE. If you would be so kind as to hit that button, or please feel free to start a watch party on your page so your friends and family can know how to make a messy bow too, and can know about Tinkerbell and know about the great tips and tricks that y'all learn here on Tinkerbell. All right, this ribbon has a mind of its own, but that is okay. It'll actually be really nice when it's all tied together. It's just gonna be hard to manage it while we're building the messy bow. This technique will work for any size. It will work for putting a bow on anything. It's just that this one is gonna be massive because it's for my tree. Okay, so see how I'm starting to, let me push this towards me a little bit. See how I'm starting to build these in different directions. But the one thing that you do want to do is keep them all crisscrossing, but you want to kind of maintain a center so that it's easier to gather up and tie. All right, I need some silver, and we're just going to keep randomly alternating these fabrics, excuse me, these ribbons. I was thinking fabric. And it really doesn't matter how they end up. You are just setting them together. You're just building your pile of fabric or ribbon. Because if it's too long or you don't like the order that they are in, the greatest thing is that they're just strips of fabric or ribbon. You can move them around. It's not like when you tie an actual bow out of wired ribbon, wired floral ribbon or something, and then it's really hard to kind of manipulate it and move it around. This is super easy, and I love how some of these pieces are starting to curl and show some personality. While they're a little hard to manage, building the bow, they're gonna be gorgeous once the bow gets assembled. I can't wait for it. The only thing you do want to do is keep everything flat in the center. Because what you're eventually going to do is you're going to gather it all up like this, okay? So you do want to try and keep it flat in the center. If it curls and goes wonky every other direction, that's fine. It's not a big deal. It'll actually give the bow more character and make the bow prettier. But until then, we want to manage the chaos. Let's see. What do I need? What do I need? I don't have much of this. Let's use some more of this. This is a pretty ribbon. It says Merry Christmas. And all these ribbons, y'all, I got from either Hobby Lobby or Michaels. Of course, I got them on clearance because you know I don't usually buy stuff at full price. But you can get them right now. Everything at Michaels and Hobby Lobby is 50% off. so you can get them. Let's see, what else do I want? You guys having a good night? Talk to me. Are you having a good night? Hop on and say hi if you are. Okay, so now I'm going to start to shorten the pieces a little bit. I've got plenty of longer ones. I want a few shorter ones right in the center. So again, we are just building. That's all we're doing. I love how curly this one is. It's going to be super cute. For now, I'm going to turn this one this way. Okay. And you might have to gather everything up once in a while because it kind of has a mind of its own and it kind of spreads itself out while you're working on it. So we're just going to keep cutting. Most of these ribbons are about 2 to 2.5 inches wide. You can use thinner ribbon. You can use wider ribbon. It's just, like I said, what I had on hand in my crafting stash. So I just grabbed what I had. Crafting stash is kind of nice for situations like this when you look at something and you think, I don't really like the way that looks. What can I do with that? You can go up to the craft crap and rate it. And in a half an hour, you have something fabulous. All right. So I've got just a little bit of some of these ribbons left. So I'm going to go ahead and use those. Can you guys see how my pile of ribbon is just continuing to build? And you see how it's kind of all over the place? So this is not a project when you are in the mood for everything to be neat and tidy and perfect. Not the project for those days, because this is not neat and tidy. It is literally a hot mess pile of ribbons, and it will drive you wonky if you have had a stressful day and you need some order in your evening and you try to do this. It will not be very successful. See how I'm turning this ribbon? You can see the light. This ribbon is sparkly polka dots. So most of the ribbon in this particular pattern that I have setting this way. This one I'm turning the other way so that when the bow is assembled, you get different views of all the ribbons. Make sense? And again, I'm doing shorter strips of ribbon now because, you know, a bow kind of starts small in the center and then it spreads out. So, that one's a little bit too big. So, let's cut this one, put that one in my ribbon scrap pile. And again, just gonna kind of make sure everything is in the center. Now what I'm gonna do is I wanna see kind of what it looks like so far. So I'm gonna kind of scrunch it up a little bit. And I can see that I don't have enough short pieces in the center. Can you see how I have, I'll pull it towards me. Can you see how I have a big void right here? I've got to cut some shorter pieces so that when I scrunch it up, it's got little pieces in the center and then it goes out from there. So what have I not used in a while? I haven't used red in a while. So let's make some shorter pieces. So we start large on the outside and then now we're working our way in. And that one is actually not much shorter. So let's cut. Let's see. Okay, so that's like that. Let's start cutting these about here. So see how short these pieces are getting? I started out with pieces 18 to 20 inches wide, and this is maybe 12 inches now. So you want to taper them in. let's see. You know, I love these glitter ribbons. They are so pretty, but they get glitter everywhere. Okay, so we're just continuing to build. You guys, this is gonna be so pretty when it's done, and it is a super easy bow. So even if you are not crafty or you don't think that you make pretty bows, y'all can make a messy bow out of just about anything. You can do it out of burlap. You can do it with twine. In addition to fabrics or ribbons, you can make a messy bow out of just about anything. Okay, I need, that little red piece was escaping. I need some shorter gold pieces. Can you guys see how it's starting to build and how it's kind of starting to look like a bow? Use your imagination a little bit. You might have to use your imagination just a tick, but it's kind of getting there. As a bow, you can see that it is kind of coming into the center. And we're gonna put one here. My pile is kind of, all right, good deal. My pile is starting to accumulate to the point that it's a little bit hard to manage, and that will happen. You will get this massive pile of ribbons or fabric, and it will get to the point that it might be a little bit of a challenge to manage, but we're almost done. Okay, so now I'm gonna gather it up again, and I wanna see what it's gonna look like. Where are you? Where are you? Are you in here? Yeah, you are. Okay. So now when I gather it up, I've got some small pieces. Can y'all see that? How cute is this gonna be? And how easy is this, guys? How easy is this? All right, I think I want just a few more shorter pieces. Let me see. Yeah. Maybe just a couple more short pieces. There's not much left of this, so let's go ahead and finish this one off. I want a couple of super short pieces right in the center. So I'm gonna cut these little babies super short. Now see how short these are? These are maybe 6 inches right here in the center. And I'm just gonna layer these like so. I'm gonna throw in a red one because a red is the main color on my tree. And then I got these little pieces that I'm just gonna use. See how easy this is? I can't say that enough. I really can't say that enough. It's like anybody can make this kind of a messy bow because all you do is layer stuff. Okay, so now let's see what the center looks like. And now here's where you can adjust a little bit. If you've got some that are a little bit wonky or they have migrated one way or the other, now you can kind of straighten them out a little bit. Got some nice little short ones. I want to switch these with these because of the length. Okay, let's put these on the top. Okay, so now can y'all see? I'm starting to gather it up. Can y'all see how this is going to come together? I think we've got enough now. So here is the trickiest part of this whole project. You're going to gather it together in the center. You're going to pinch it super tight. And I'm using floral wire. because I want to put this on my tree. If I was using this to maybe wrap a gift or decorate a candle or something, I would definitely be using a piece of ribbon that I could pull tight and I didn't need to worry about cutting my hand off. So I twisted the floral wire around the center, and now I'm going to twist it around the back, because now we're going to fluff it up. Do you see that? See how that's a bow, you guys? Now all you're going to do, if it's wire ribbon, you've got a lot of flexibility in what you can do. And if it's fabric, you literally just pull. See how I'm pulling these pieces down? So if it's fabric, you just spread the pieces out around the center. And if it's wire ribbon, then you can kind of scrunch it up and you can push it to the center. You can push it on the sides. So now all you do is fluff it up. You can leave these pieces just like this, square cut across, or you can dovetail them. I actually think I'm going to dovetail all of them, but I want you to see what it looks like when it is fluffed up. So I'm lifting all of these up. You do the same thing with fabric too, okay? You just lift them all up, kind of move them around a bit so that they're all spread out. So I'm really just holding on to this in the center and kind of moving everything around. Can y'all see how I'm doing that? Now I'm gonna flip it so that I can see what's now towards you. I'm gonna turn it around so I can work on this end. See how pretty that is? And it didn't take about what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? It's like it takes me longer to explain it than it does to actually be made. So again, we're just moving these around. And if you don't have any floral ribbon on hand, you can go to Michael's, you can go to Hobby Lobby. Walmart has floral ribbon, wire ribbon, but also guys, Dollar Tree has it. Dollar Tree's got really good floral ribbon. I actually have quite a few spools of Dollar Tree wire ribbon in my Craft Crack stash upstairs. So wherever you find ribbon that you like, if this was not wired ribbon, the bows would, the strips would all be flapping over and it would still be super pretty. All you would do then is you would just move the pieces of the bow of the ribbon all around the center so that it was all covered. You wouldn't really kind of pinch it up and towards the center like what I'm doing. You would just move it out so that it made a circle. Does that make sense? Okay, so guys, this is how you make a really gorgeous designer looking tree topper in less than about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the very most, if you have to wrestle with it a lot. And you're good to go. So let me know who's gonna try it. Give me a high five in comments. And if you make a messy bow for your tree or for Christmas presents or whatever, wrapping around a candle, make sure that you are part of the Tinkerbell Crafting Corner craft group and that you post a picture in the crafting group so we can see how your messy bow turned out. Do you love this? Don't you love this? Okay, y'all, I'm gonna put it on my tree and I will post a picture of it on Facebook and on Instagram in just a little while. Until tomorrow, because I'll be live tomorrow at some point doing something. May the Lord bless you and keep you, and may his face shine upon you. And y'all, don't forget, you are so loved. Bye.